your backup failed.
Yeah, but always failed. Yes. Okay. I don't know how to fix it.
Okay. Right. Okay, good afternoon. Today is February 22nd, I believe.
Yeah.
22nd. And this is Uno School. We are discussing about brand. Why branding? Because we identified branding as one of the challenges for Japanese companies, Japanese organizations, when actually expanding their business overseas. There are a lot of famous Japanese brands, but they don't really have a personality. So if we want to actually be successful overseas, then a brand could help us to achieve that. What we discussed last time was basically how difficult it is to actually build up a brand. It costs time, and it costs. It requires consistency. A brand is what a brand does is a famous slogan in branding itself. So you need to be consistent. So if you, for example, want to have a brand image that shows that you are a high-end brand with very high quality products, and it doesn't only require to have high quality products. What you also need to do is you need to make sure that the people you employ can support your brand image. Means that they need to be very knowledgeable, need to be able to provide high-end service. So you need to invest in your people. You'll need to train your people, educate them, how they can serve their clients, their high-end clients better. You need to have a retail channel that supports your high-end message. So that needs to be in the high-end shopping centers around the world, with high quality with high quality shops in AAA locations, in order to support your message. So it requires consistency, and it should be something that drives your decision making. So branding is not the same as marketing. Basically, branding is first, then marketing is second. Branding tells you who you are, and marketing is basically how you are going to achieve your targets. So branding gives you your bigger purpose, and marketing basically are those decisions that you make in order to fulfill your brand idea. So it is your distribution strategy, it's your pricing strategy. If you say I'm a high-end brand, but you are basically only selling at low-end locations, it's not consistent. If your pricing is trying to compete with the low-end market, then you're not consistent. If you are not willing to invest in your distribution channel, then you're not consistent. So all these decisions basically start from your branding image, so who you want to be, and marketing basically executes on that. Now, what consistency also requires is leadership. Leadership is very important. Leaders are strong leaders need to make sure that you do not go astray, that you are not basically pursuing low-hanging fruit and changing your mind like every other season, and going after new market opportunities without being consistent. Because in the longer run that doesn't work, because in the longer run that basically undermines your brand image. And your brand image is basically what is left over. If you ever want to sell your business, then people pay most for the brand you leave behind. So branding is very important, and what we recognize is that actually that a lot of Japanese companies are challenged when it comes to portraying a strong brand image. Notable exceptions are Sony in the 1980s, or 1990s, 1980s, 1990s, when Sony had a very strong brand image around the world. Uniqlo at this moment is also very consistent, very well positioned, and has a very strong brand image. But other companies, they are really struggling. I think that the Japanese car industry doesn't really answer who they are, but more they more provide people with a reasonable car, a car that is not saying to their drivers like, not necessarily means that it's not a high-end car, it's not a low-end car, it's a car for everyone. And it basically tries to get as large as a market share as they can by trying to compromise between high-end demands and low-end price demands. So I think that, for example, the car industry could learn a thing or two from Sony and from Uniqlo. What I would like to start with today is to underline basically the importance of a brand. Is look at why brands matter. It's a 5-minute video, and it features a guy who's explaining why brand matters, and he's looking at Tesla. Why basically brand is so super important for a company like Tesla.
Okay.
Maybe add this left bar, hide this left bar. Is there an easy way to like this one? Just like that? That's it? Okay. Okay. So maybe we don't want to do this now. Right. It's probably better. So we have the Takasan. So why this video? Because actually it shows something very important about brands. The way that this guy explains it is basically the number of fanboys, fangirls are a strong indicator about the potential profitability of an organization, because fanboys, fangirls, they only listen to arguments to a limited extent. In case of Tesla, they have production issues, they have battery issues, they have finish issues, but it doesn't really matter if people are fanboys. They hear these arguments, but they still want one, and it comes to a point that might even be in conflict with reason, with your brain, but your heart wants one. This is what a brand can do. Basically, it can take away some of your concerns and drive you towards, okay, yeah, I don't care, I want one. Same with Apple. Okay, I know that the products are expensive. I know that I've been put in a walled garden, and I have, and I know that Apple doesn't always deliver on its quality promise, but it doesn't matter. I still want one. Same with Nike, and same with other branded goods. A brand done well will make people want to buy their products, and not only the products currently in store, but every new product that will be launched by that company that has a strong brand will be taken into consideration by these fanboys and fangirls. So a brand can, and a good, well taken care of brand image can actually help to drive future growth. And that's why companies that have a strong brand, like Apple, like Tesla, have a very high stock valuation, because it's especially this unique quality that this company has that will make it rather sure that in spite of all problems that may occur, as long as these brands have these fanboys and fangirls, people will want to consider buying these products. So that's why a brand matters.